Okay, so here we go. This is an FNA confirmed soft tissue sarcoma. It doesn't really look like one though, so we'll see what the eventual pathology results say. Most soft tissue sarcomas are underneath in the subcutaneous space rather than cutaneous, but that's not always the case. So we're just going to resect this with 2 centimetre margins. Because it's arising from the skin, the margins are in the skin, whereas if this was subcutaneous, we'd be doing it from the subcutaneous margins. And the other thing you'll notice is I do a circle, so I don't resect these with an ellipse, which is something that we're doing more and more as a result of, if we don't want to take more tissue than we need to.
Yep.
So then just incise along those lateral margins.
Yep.
And the marked margins kind of keep us on the straight and narrow. We're not going to be worried about closure until we actually remove it. Can I have the cautery plugged in? Thanks. Here we go. So this is where Sarah Boston and I differ a little bit in that my deep margins are kind of around this tumour deeply rather than perpendicularly down from the subcute margins or from the lateral margins.
Okay. So does have larger margin?
Deep margins, yeah.
Deep margins.
So she'll take deep margins, I believe, of that kind of dimension. It might be a future study that we do looking at recurrence rates, but while I haven't actively studied it, I don't really think there's a difference in recurrence rates.
Yes.
So again, that may be in the caudal superficial epigastric. And so here's the fascial margin down here.
Yep.
So I'll pick that up and come under that fascial margin like so. So you want that one uninvolved fascial layer. There's our completed. Can I have some 0 PDS 2O PDS, 3O monocryl, and 3O nylon. Oops.
When you remove the fracture, the size of the defect is very close to the size of the tumor, but maybe a bit bigger. Well, the size is coming soon, I think. It's October.
Yeah, what's the date today?
Today, October 10th.
10th. So she'll be starting in 11 days.
Oh, it's October, very fast.
She'll be starting an ACVS week though, so we won't see her the first week.
I see, in the second week. You said you're leaving on Thursday.
Me, no, I'm leaving on the Sunday.
Oh.
I'm going to some of the national parks
Okay.
and
Okay.
national monuments for the first few days.
I see.
Arizona's a beautiful state. All the red rocks and Grand Canyon, and if you ever get a chance to see it properly, I'd certainly recommend it. Okay, you can all that.
Do you think it's hot right now there?
Do I think it's hot? I know it's hot. It was 41 degrees there on the weekend. I'm like, God damn it.
Which do you prefer, like a temperature here versus like 40 or more than 40?
I don't like more than 40. I don't like less than 40, negative 40.
For sure.
So,
Sure.
if I was to choose between the positive versus negative 40, I'd choose positive. 'Cause that's just what I'm used to in Australia. But
Oh, I see. What part of Australia are you originally from?
Melbourne,
Oh, no, okay. Big city.
yeah.
I think it's capital.
No, Canberra's the capital.
Oh, okay.
Canberra is kind of meant to be between the two big cities, Melbourne and Sydney, but it's actually geographically it's far closer to Sydney.
Do you sometimes go back to Australia?
Every couple of years is the plan, but this year Mum's coming from Australia for Christmas, so
Oh.
what about you back to Japan? How often do you do that?
Japan.
When's the last time you got back to Japan?
I think. Oh, I think this year actually. Yeah, I think this year. After finishing March,
Yep.
I think. Oh yeah, I think so. Because I remember I sent you email. Yeah, I remember I sent you email from airport. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's a long time ago.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, we are talking about amputation paper, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's almost done.
Yep. You got most of the comments back? Or
Yes.
at least 3 or 4 that they've CC'd me as well.
Yes. I think I haven't gotten reply from maybe 3 or 4 co-authors.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want me to
Yeah, I'll just follow up with those.
follow up. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe another week.
You gave them a timeline, so I'd stick to that timeline.
Okay.
And I just say, you know, we need, if you would really love to have your comments, and because we kind of need them for you to be included as an author on the paper.
Yeah, deadline was actually yesterday,
Okay.
October 9th. Yeah.
Okay, give them another week then.
Okay.
But you send that email out today.
Okay. And then after the week, I will edit it, and then can I send it to you before sending it out to the co-author?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you and then Lola.
No, just me, it's fine. Laura's already looked over it.
Okay.
You don't need to include all of the edits. You can say, no, I don't agree with this.
Oh, okay.
So I have some of their emails, but not all of them. So maybe you can send me those their emails as well, just to
Okay.
see if we agree with those edits.
Okay. I have never collaborated with such a large number of people, so yeah. That's great. And then I'm hoping we can submit it to Jaguar as soon as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
And then after that, can I take over Jesse's
Yeah.
paper? Okay.
Because all you need to do for that is the discussion.
Okay.
So that should be pretty quick.
Okay.
And it goes out to the same authors as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna send an email to Jesse and CC you.
Why?
Hey Jesse, could you share your manuscript?
No, I've got all that. So
Okay.
So there's going to be a little bit of tension on this, so I'm just going to do a quick shit.
And after finishing Jesse's paper, am I okay to start actual pattern paper or?
No, I think we need to work on the paper for the next incoming intern.
Okay.
And so we'll have a look at what that's going to be. It might just be a Digitamp complication paper,
Okay.
for which we have some results, but we don't have. There's some bits I missed out on, and we can include more cases from here. So
Okay. Digital application. Okay.
because basically the aim of the internship is for you to walk into a paper, or the surgical intern to walk into a paper and get that submitted before match time, and then to get the next paper ready for the next intern to walk into, which means you get your name on 2 papers, or minimum of 2 papers. You'll get obviously 3, but
Right.
that way the paper mill keeps on rolling over, and
Yep. when we want to do retrospective study by using cases here, do you think instinct
So the retrospective study on what, sorry?
a retrospective study?
On what?
Yeah, like a retrospective by using the previous cases here.
Yeah.
Instinct. Do you think instinct is easy to deal with, like to search
No.
for?
I've had a lot of email, kind of not fights, but I've expressed my displeasure at the way they do it. So, I think you're going to have to... Jessie has kept a log. I'm not sure up to what point, maybe just the end of her surgical internship. But she'll have a log, but you'll probably just need to go through the surgery schedule on instinct and just pick out each of the digit imputation cases.
Okay.
But we'll go over all that later.
Okay.
I've got cases from when I was a mobile surgeon and also from when I was at Alta Vista. There's a lot of data on those cases. I just need a little bit of follow-up on them.
And then are we primarily looking at like a functional outcome and then...
No, just complications.
Okay.
Well, I suppose functional outcome is correct as well because I'm looking at lameness. But there's not a great study on digitamps out there, so I shouldn't say that. There is a good study out there, but it was only on 30 or so cases.
Okay.
And their complication rate, I feel like it's, at least in my hands, it's much higher than they reported.
Okay.
So I'd like to look at those complications, see if they're higher for interdigital versus lateral and medial amps, that kind of stuff.
Okay. And for our paper, I used accordion criteria.
Yep.
When we discussed complication, are you okay to stick with accordion? Okay.
We'll see what comments we get back from the reviewers. They may suggest something else for the AMP paper, and if they do that, then we might look at using accordion with another categorization.
Yeah, looking at review paper in veterinary medicine, there was not like one or two criteria people often use.
And most of the categorization schemes have been developed recently, so they're still gaining traction as far as acceptance goes.
Recent. What's the name of the criteria? What no name?
I forget. We covered it in, well, it was in the soft tissue surgery radiation paper that we did on Journal Club yesterday. So I'm just using PDS for the last suture because rather than opening up a brand new thing. Okay, so multiple layers of closure just to reduce the tension. And then just let's, maybe while that's there, I'm just going to show people how we ink this. I'm just going to grab the ink. Okay, so we're just going to ink this sample now. Our pathologist likes us to, or me to use yellow ink because it stands out quite well from the purple and pink of the H&E stand. So this is the deep margin that we're inking here.
Yeah.
We're trying to stop any of the ink going into the subcute tissue because it can work through the planes. And then laterally, it's going to paint the edge here of the skin.
Yeah, just skin, not the SQ.
In this case, skin, because it's the tumours are rising from the skin.
I see, depends on the type of tumor.
If it was arising from the subcute, I'd be marking the subcute margins.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're going to let that dry for about 5 minutes before we put in the formalin.
Yeah.
So there's our margins marked, deep margins and our lateral margins.
Yep.
Great. Do you want to hit the stop streaming in the middle on the right? Up, 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 there. Then yes. And then hit stop streaming, which is just above it. No, hit stop streaming, which is just above it. Where you just press the button.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.